Hey, and welcome to our sports card investing targets video, where we select a group of players whose cards might be worth investing in due to upcoming catalysts. Before we get into the cards though, please like our video and subscribe to our YouTube page to keep up on the video content that we're putting out. This week we wanted to focus on NFL schedule coming out and the top 5 players who might be worth investing in due to ease of schedule. But before we get into that, I want to tell you a little bit about a contest that we're running this week. We're running a box break contest this week where we're giving away 10 packs of 2019-2020 NBA Prizm cards. We're giving them away this week to viewers who subscribe to SportsCardInvestor.com's Market Movers subscription using the promo code GRINDERS. That code, as always, gets you 20% off your first payment on any subscription as well. You have until this Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern to qualify, and we'll randomly select 9 people who subscribe to receive a pack of cards from a box break we'll be doing live on Thursday's Sports Card Grinders show at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll also give an additional pack away to someone in our RotoGrinders Sports Card Discord channel who answers a trivia question correctly, so make sure to join that channel. So on to today's targets. We'll be using Sports Card Investors Market Movers tool to get our current market target prices, and we'll start things off with our number 5 player, Mitchell Trubisky. So we're going to be using Warren Sharp's strength of schedule chart for reference on which teams have the easiest projected schedules coming up. You can get a link to this through our article. As you can see, the Bears are at number 6 on this chart, so they have the 6th easiest schedule coming in the 2020 season, which makes Mitchell Trubisky a little interesting for us. Last season he had the 3rd most difficult season, which helps explain in part some of his poor performance. There's also a lot of talk about Nick Foles, how he's with the Bears now, and I heard a blurb the other day saying that Nick Foles is the odds-on favorite to be the starter leading into the season. I'm just not buying that. Nick Foles was benched after 2 disastrous games for Gardner Minshew on a team that was paying him $20 million last year. So I'm not buying necessarily that Foles is going to outright win this competition in the offseason. So we definitely think Trubisky has more upside than Foles, especially when it comes to rushing. And if you're looking at these cards, look at how cheap we can get these cards for currently. His 2017 Donruss Optic Holo PSA 10 rookie can be bought for under $40 currently. His 2017 Panini Prizm Silver PSA 10 can be bought under $50. And there's a National Treasures card that's pretty interesting that you can actually get at a BGS 9.5 for under $600 for a tri-colored patch too. You want to pay attention to this patch. The more colors you see on this patch, generally the more valuable the card is, and it's tough to score a high grade on these RPA cards. This one got a 9.5, which is one of the highest grades you can get. You can get these cards with less colors in it for under $300 on eBay currently, I believe. So you might want to look into that if you don't want to pay $600. Just look for one of these patches that has less colors. Alright, so we're going to take a look at over at Market Movers at his 2017 Donruss Optic card. You can see there hasn't been a ton of sales of this card over the last month or so, month and a half. There's only been 3 sales, and one of them was way low, like under $20. Going to take a look at that data here. You can see that $20 buy was in an auction, so maybe that would be a good place to target this card, as if there's not a ton of demand for the player right now, then his auction might not get as much attention as it should, and that gives you an opportunity to buy at a super low price versus these fixed prices which went for $49, $99, and $40. So that's a good strategy to take with these players that are less on the radar than the popular players in these auctions, where you can compete against less people who are bidding for the card. So our next player is Ben Roethlisberger, and I was debating between Ben Roethlisberger and Philip Rivers for this spot. As you can see from the strength of schedule chart, Philip Rivers has, by a significant margin seemingly from this chart, the easiest schedule coming up. versus Pittsburgh, which is at number 7. But given the choice between Ben Roethlisberger and Phillip Rivers, I just think Roethlisberger has more upside. I like his weapons. I like Deontay Johnson. I like Juju Smith-Schuster when he's playing with Ben, of course. But Deontay Johnson has a ton of potential. He came in as a rookie and he gelled with mediocre quarterbacks that Pittsburgh was putting out after Ben got hurt last year. So if we got healthy Ben this year, hooking him up with Juju and Deontay is a recipe for a big season. I just see him as having more upside than Phillip Rivers in general. We're only listing one card for Ben this week. His rookie year is 2004. The card we're targeting specifically is the Topps Chrome card, which we are targeting for under $270. You can see from the eBay listings currently, these are most recent sales. It's an ugly card, by the way. That's another reason why, like, I don't like buying these older cards. They're just ugly cards in general. You can see the Gem Mint 10 version of this 2004 Topps Chrome Ben Roethlisberger card went for $270 recently. Someone bought it for $212, $218. We see another sale for $250, $222. This is another good way to get an idea of market value for these cards. If you go to eBay, you look up the card you want and you filter it by sold items and completed items. So that way you can get an idea of what these cards have sold for recently, in addition to our market movers data. So you can see that 240 is probably a good price to buy him at right now, based on all these recent sales. So the number 3 player on our list is Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson makes an interesting target because his offense hasn't really catered to his skill set for a few years, leading to some underwhelming seasons, and also has kept his card prices down. We can see from the Warren Sharp strength of schedule chart that Seahawks are right in the middle when it comes to strength of schedule for the upcoming season, which creates an environment where Russell Wilson might have to throw a little bit more than we've been used to seeing him lately. And he's got some good weapons, obviously, with Tyler Lockett, but last year, DK Metcalf, as a rookie, he instantly formed a chemistry with Russell Wilson, and those two were on fire towards the end of the season. So it definitely puts him in good position to outperform the season with both his on-field performance and his sports cards. The cards that we're targeting specifically are the Panini Contenders blue jersey version autograph card. We're looking for a PSA 10 and we want to pay under $1,200 for that. You can see again from the chart that the prices on that card have been a little bit inconsistent. Upward trend. $1,200 is a good current market value for that card. You can see most recent sales, $1,200 to $1,238, $1,199, $1,300, $1,250, $1,050. If you could get under $1,200, I think I'd feel pretty good about that. Other cards that we're targeting here, the same version of that card, we're looking at BGS 9.5. We're going to target under $900 on that one. And the 2012 Russell Wilson Panini Prizm Towel Down card, we're looking for a PSA 10 on that, and we're going to target that for under $500. So the number 2 player on our list is Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson is following up his MVP season with the league's 4th easiest schedule, so he is perfectly set up to continue his run of success. So the Baltimore Ravens are favorites to win that division and most likely to go pretty deep into the playoffs. So with a performance like that, obviously Lamar Jackson's cards have a potential for upside. All signs are pointing up for Lamar, and the cards that we're going to target specifically are the Donruss Optic Hologram card. We're looking for a PSA 10 there, and we're going to target it for under $700. And as you can see from this chart, it's been a pretty steady rise. We had a outlier price here of $1,200. Someone paid way too much for that card, but in general we're looking for under $750 on that card. You can see the most recent sales according to our market movers price data. We have a 750 sale here. There's that $1,200 outlier. That's more of a price for an autograph version of that card, so whoever bought that, I don't think they realized that that's the price that they wanted to pay for an autograph version. You can see an autograph version of that card right underneath it, sold for $1,500 for the PSA 10 version. Here was a sale for $690. This is another autograph for $1,550. $600 here, so under $750 is good for the current market based on all these current prices. But if you can get even less than that, if you can go under $700, that'd be even better. Other cards we're looking at are the 2018 Immaculate Rookie Patch Autograph card, the out of 99 series. We're targeting that for under $500. And the 2018 Lamar Jackson Panini Contenders Optic Red Autograph, which we're going to target raw for under $750. So the number one player on our list this week is Baker Mayfield. I featured him after the NFL draft as our number one card to target, and I'm still on it. I haven't heard a ton of buzz about him yet this offseason, but the arguments we made for him last time were the new coaching, the new front office. Odell Beckham is healthy this season. Baker Mayfield hasn't been as outspoken recently, so maybe he's settling down a little bit, getting a little less cocky, starting to focus more on his performance. But in addition to all that, if we look at Warren Sharp's strength of schedule, we can see that the Browns have the number 3 easiest schedule in the 2020 season, according to Warren Sharp, and that's a hell of a spot to be. Last year they ended up with the most difficult schedule, so it's quite a turnaround for them. It sets them up beautifully for a comeback season, so while all eyes are on Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott, all those hot names in the sports card market, Kyler Murray, focus on Baker Mayfield. You might be able to catch some of those auctions where there are less people bidding on him than should be. So the cards we're looking at are his 2018 Panini Contenders 101A autographed BGS 9.5 card. We want to target that for under $650. And as you can see here, the price again most recently had a nice little spike to $750 on that card, but that's could be an outlier. If we look at most recent sales, $660, $750, $525, $599, $541, all in the last month and a half or so. I'd rather try to get it under $650 than pay this premium up to $750. Other cards that we want to be targeting is the 2018 Panini Prizm Silver autograph card, PSA 10. We want to target that under $500. And the 2018 Panini Prizm, same card, we want to target that raw for under $250. So that's it for this week's show. Thanks again for joining us. Don't forget to give us a like on this video and give us a subscribe on the YouTube channel. Helps us out, and make sure that you're able to keep up on our content when it's coming out. Make sure to check out our RotoGrinders sports card section and look through our articles. We have affiliate eBay links on there, which you can click through to see the cards that we're targeting. We do make a commission on those, so we appreciate any buys through our links. It helps us out with paying for all this content. Just another reminder about the contest we're running this week. You want to subscribe to SportsCardInvestor.com's Market Movers subscription using the promo code GRINDERS, where you'll get 20% off and you'll qualify to win a pack of cards when we do our live box break on Thursday night at 5:30 p.m. So you want to subscribe before Wednesday night at 9 p.m. We'll be giving away a pack to one of our Discord members in our Sports Card Discord channel. So you'll want to make sure that you're in that channel while we're doing the show live. We'll be giving away a pack to someone who answers a trivia question correctly. So that's it for this week, and we'll see you on Thursday.